Hi everyone, this is Sharon. Today I have a flip through of my latest design team project for Raindrop Lila. What I made for my project is this cute little autumn themed journal. The cover I created from a Reader's Digest book cover that was sitting around on my worktop, and I looked at that along with some of Lydia's latest digitals and just got inspired to make a fall themed journal. And so what I did was cover the front of the cover with these images from the Autumn Breeze digital kit. And then I created this little button closure with the twine. If you would like to see a tutorial of how I made this closure, I will link the video, the tutorial that I made showing you how I made that down below in my description. And for my spine, I took some cotton fabric. I created my own spine and covered it with the fabric. And then if we look at the inside, I covered the inside with this beautiful marbled paper from the Autumn Breeze kit. And then on the spine, I put this hemp, it's an eco-dyed hemp fabric, so I thought that went well with the nature and fall theme of the journal. This is what the back cover looks like. This digital, this one and another one from that same kit, it's a part of the Pretty Fall Florals kit. That and my cover really sort of inspired me to do the fall journal. So almost all of the images that I used in here come from either Autumn Breeze, Autumn Story, the Fall Collection Ephemera cards, which is a fairly new kit of Lydia's, and the Pretty Fall Florals. So on this first page, I just embellished with a little bit of wool fabric and a wax seal. Used some stencil paste there, and then this page I created with some vintage wallpaper. In this pocket, I created a journaling card and then backed it onto some music paper and then just added some journaling space inside. Here I just added a little bit of linen fabric to the top of the page. You can use that as a little tuck spot. And then on this side of the page, I clipped on this little lavender sachet that I put inside this glassine envelope. And I just embellished it a little bit. This page I made from, it was kind of like an index sheet for filing, and it has these beautiful old brass kind of tabs on the side. And then here I created a shallow pocket on this side of the page. I used a little P stamp on the back, and then I created this tag. This journaling card. On this page, I embellished it with some velvet ribbon and wool fabric and a button. And I have to say, fall is my favorite time of the year, so I really enjoyed working with these colors. Here I took an envelope that I had coffee dyed and just turned it inside out so that the inside pattern was showing, and I created this little tuck or pocket in there. And then here I created this journaling card. This is one of the images from the Fall Collection Ephemera cards. Really pretty colors on there. And I've just got a little side tuck there that you can use. Here I used some eco-dyed linen and just attached that with some decorative stitching. Attach this tatted piece from a doily on here. And then on this side of the page, I just clicked over the side of the page this little journaling spot and backed it with some antique ledger paper and then one of the pretty images. Here's the other side of that envelope, and I did not cover it on any of these pages because I just love the pattern of the inside of that envelope. I just sort of created a little pocket here by folding it down and adding a full button. And then I've got a couple of tags that I tucked in there. This one with the fabric. And then this one with the squirrels. Here I created a little tuck for some kind of secret journaling space. Here in this pocket, I added some fish, a fish stamp, which I love. And then on this, I actually strung these two tags together with some string and backed them with piano paper. And then I added this little charm on there. I created that by just inserting a little piece of ledger paper underneath this glue. And then this is the other side of that index sheet that I had, and it just happened to have a tag or tab that fit on there really well, so that worked out nice for my page. On this page, I clipped this vintage watch spring envelope. And then these pretty pages. And then here I took the wallpaper and created another side tuck. And got this angel image. And then this little booklet I made from a vintage cookbook page. I just added some journaling space on the inside. I just added a little bit of lace onto the top of that page. Here's another one of those pretty images from the Pretty Fall Florals. I just love the colors in there. On this page is made from some old ledger paper. And then I've got this rather unique tobacco card or cigarette card. I don't know, tea card, I guess. But it's a really tall, slim, kind of different shape than I'm used to. And then I just created this little journaling booklet. Here I created a top tuck, and I've had this little mini rose bud. It's a pressed flower, and it's been floating around my workspace for a while, so I finally attached it to this page. And then in there I've got a couple of journaling cards, pomegranate on there. And then here's another one of Lydia's pretty photos. It's kind of a misty image of a couple of swans on water. And then I just created some journaling space on the back. On this page, I created a little flip out. Some writing room in there. And then I just stamped, well, I actually stamped it on this side of the page, these twigs and branches, but it came through so it actually shows up on both sides of the page. And then on this page, I just added to my paper clip this kind of ticking fabric on there for the ribbon. And then on this side, I made this little kind of framed picture. This frame is actually from one of those photo cards, not a cabinet card, but you know, those folded up kind of booklet type of holders. I just cut the frame out and put this pretty image of the swans in there. And then on the back, I added some writing room, and I did some stenciling with ink on this paper, and I just love how that turned out. It's just a very subtle tone on tone, and I think I'm going to be using that color again. This is a page from a botanical book that I have. Then here I created a belly band with some wool fabric, added this little brad on the side. And then in there I tucked this tag that I made, this fall scene, and then I added a little bit of plaid because I always think of fall when I think of plaid. And then the back is an actually, let's see, that's a vintage time card. this pocket, I inserted another tag that I made. Just kind of layered that up and added this little string on the bottom. On this page, I love this image of the trees, and I just added a little bit of lace to the bottom. Here I added like a paper, it's like a shelf liner type of thing. It's sort of like a doily, but it comes in a long strip. And I just created a little tuck on that page with that. And then over on this side, in this pocket, I inserted this antique French letter from 1841. And then on this page, I clipped on this pretty image of the deer. And this page comes from like an old school book. I'm trying to think, yeah, it looks like it's in French. In this center signature, I forgot to mention in the first signature, I just added a few charms and buttons to the bottom of those, and this one too. So I've got these pockets, and then in those two pockets, I created a couple of journaling cards. This back is like a lotto card from a game, and I just cut that in two and created these two with these pretty acorn images. And then just added some postage stamps to the back. Here I took a piece of fabric to just make a really tiny little pocket. And then in there, I've got this vintage tea card. I guess this one is a cigarette card. And then I created this little kind of like a matchbook type thing. I just punched the bottom edge of that, and then there's some writing room on the inside. In this pocket, I tucked an antique French book page, and then this little journaling spot that I made. In this pocket, I just kind of added a few different pieces of paper with this vintage brad. So I got this owl tag on the top, some writing room, and then the backs I just backed with various types of paper. Here I created a belly band with some cotton fabric, and then in there I tucked this journaling card, and I just backed that with some vintage map pieces. On this page I created a little journaling spot with these mushrooms on there. And then I've got this vintage cookbook page. If you want to learn how to cook egg and anchovy sandwiches, here you go. I don't think I will be doing that. Pretty butterflies. Here I've just got a journaling card. And this I printed on Lacta paper. Then I used that Twiggy stamp again. I love that stamp. On this side, I've got another flip out. And then on this page, I created a top tuck and just added this little piece of paper doily on there. And then in there, I tucked this little piece with another vegetable stamp on there. And this is a book page. It's about the senses, the sense of touch, which I thought was appropriate for the fall and all the wonderful scents and nature-y things we can touch. That takes us to our last page. This journal is not spoken for, so I will be putting this in my Etsy shop if anyone is interested in purchasing it. I will put the link down below in the description. So thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And until next time, bye-bye.